Back at Super Bowl Radio Row ahead of Bengals-Rams Super Bowl 56 with my man, Andrew Hawkins. And let's start with this. How the hell did the Bengals get here? That was the first thing you said. Can you believe they're here? They're here. They're playing in the Super Bowl.
It's wild, man. It's exciting. I don't think anybody, even if, like, again, we know how good Joe Burrow is. We know how good this team is, this young nucleus. Even the biggest Bengals supporter, I can't say that they confidently felt like the Bengals would be here this soon, right now, in this moment. So, I mean, it's awesome, man. It's cool even just walking by the NFL shop and seeing all the Bengals gear and just the LA streets lined with Cincinnati and it's just wild, man.
It is. It's wild. Did you ever envision? I mean, I imagine you did, but did you ever envision that? Because you grew up a Bengals fan because of your brother. You played for the Bengals when they were going to the playoffs. And they were good. Did you ever imagine going to the Super Bowl as a member of the Bengals?
I mean, I don't know if I ever thought that big, to be honest. I mean, because I was a Bengals fan as a kid when we were doing 2-win, 3-win seasons. The playoffs was like a Super Bowl to me. You know, like getting to play for the Bengals in a playoff game was like, yeah, I'm good. I don't care what happens after this. That's a dream come true because I remember praying for winning seasons for Cincinnati, you know? And so to see them where they are now, I don't know if my mind, even as a player, was like, this is a real possibility. It was like always step one, let's get to the playoffs. And we got there and it was like, oh, well, let's try to get a win, right? And so I think that even them busting through, if they only won one game this season with this team, it would have been a massive success for the franchise. If they would have just beat Tennessee, oh my gosh, can you imagine? To win the AFC Championship, and that's the thing about this game. Like, I don't want to say they're on house money because they really have an opportunity to win, but I mean, this is a season Bengals fans, no matter what happens from here on out, will talk about for the rest of their lives, right? Like, this is a part of that history, and that's really cool to witness.
Because it's so unexpected.
Exactly.
So unexpected.
Exactly.
And there's beauty in that. What went through your mind after they beat the Raiders? Jermaine Pratt catches the interception. Joe Burrow's like, we're not going to celebrate. This is what we expect. This is the standard, given the history that you know very well.
I mean, I think that is there's no more perfect illustration about who Joe Burrow is and why he's such a special player, because it's very easy to go into these games or situations and say, hey, we're just happy to be here. We're going to give it our best and see what happens. No, like Joe Burrow, he's that confident. He really is that kind of guy. Like, even, you know, I interviewed him at the Combine before he was drafted, and I remember meeting him, and I interviewed all the quarterbacks, and he stuck out like even from all the pack, just his confidence, you feel it. And it's not a fake bravado. It's not trying to convince you he's confident. You can just see, like, he knows his place in the world. And, you know, it's like you could tell his parents did a great job of putting him. He has a confidence that is even uncommon just by human standards, not even as NFL players. And I remember seeing Darren Simmons at the Combine, and I was like, hey, you know, trying to tip his hat one way or the other. I'm like, I don't know what you guys plan to do, but I don't know if I've ever seen a rookie coming in who could probably command a following the way Joe Burrow could do in the locker room. And Darren kind of gave me just a look and just kind of kept walking. But so to see him now and those sound bites of like, hey, get used to this. It's not fake. It's not for the cameras. It's not to be cute. Genuinely who he is, genuinely how he views himself and his team, and the rest of his team, you can tell follow his confidence that way.
And then that's why looking at this game, and you could easily say the Rams were built for this. They go get OBJ. They traded for Von Miller. They traded for Matt Stafford and Jalen Ramsey. And it's all led up to this point where they're all in to win right now. Super Bowl 56 in L.A. I think the Bengals have a chance.
I think they do too. I think the Bengals definitely have a chance. I think they have the talent. The biggest question mark will be, can you protect Joe, right? Aaron Donald is the best football player on planet Earth. And I believe that wholeheartedly, and I think that...
You were high on him pre-draft.
Always. I've seen him. I've seen the way he, like, there's just certain people that are just built for certain things in life. Aaron Donald, you couldn't make a football player in a lab with the mindset, ability, strength, you know, all of it is just perfect. It's similar to Joe Burrow. You can't duplicate a Joe Burrow. Like, I don't care how great someone's arm is or how their tangibles are. You can't duplicate the perfect makeup. Aaron Donald is like that as a defender, and so it's not a matter of stopping him. It's a matter of how do you game plan him, mitigate him, maybe slow him down because he's going to get his plays. He's going to wreak some havoc. But I think Joe Burrow is in a good position to kind of overcome that. And adjust, which he does very, very well.
Double teams, chips.
Yeah, man.
But that doesn't even, it's quick game.
Get the ball out of his hands and, I don't know, maybe do a magic trick, do something to get his eyes in a different direction. But, yeah, I think they have a chance, man. I think they have a really, really good chance. And it's interesting just the polar opposite way that these two teams got here, like the approaches.
Yep.
And I think they're two of the best approaches in football because, I play for the Browns, and I think the Browns, I have an affinity for my time there, the way the city embraced me, the ownership and the way they've done it as well. I love the fact that the Brown family said, this is how we're going to build a team, and our time will come. And think of all the other franchises that have done it a bunch of different ways over the last 20, 30 years, 15 years. And here the Bengals are. It's worked. It's like, hey, it's like Novocaine. You give it time, it always works. We'll get there. And they got their guy. They got their young team. And now they're primed to go on a dynasty-like run because they're only going to get better. That offensive line, you know exactly what you need to address next year. You don't need any help at receiver. You don't need any help at running back. You don't got to be looking for a quarterback. Your defense is good. Your defense is going to get better. Your O-line is going to get better. And that's scary for a lot of teams in this league.
Last thing, Jamar Chase, Jalen Ramsey. That's a matchup a lot of people are talking about.
Yeah.
Break it down for me, because Jamar's been amazing, but, Ramsey's a different dude.
Jamar has been amazing. What the Bengals have always been great at is finding wide receiver weapons. Probably, I would say.
Like Andrew Hawkins.
Like Andrew Hawkins, man. I mean, and, I'm not going to act like I'm Hall of Fame caliber, but there weren't a lot of teams that were going to get a value out of a 5'7" CFL receiver and say, okay, well, I see the value in this, and pairing him with the likes of Marvin Jones, Mo Sanu, A.J. Green. They've done, I say between them and the Steelers, they've gotten the most value picks out of wide receivers that they've been able to do. And I say that because Jamar Chase going against Jalen Ramsey is the sexy headline that they'll go with. The reason why I don't think Jalen will match on Jamar is because T. Higgins is a number one receiver that you were able to get in the second round. And if you game plan against Jamar, Tyler Boyd is one of the best slot receivers and probably the most underrated receiver in the National Football League over the last 5 seasons. Uzama down the middle of the field, Mixon out of the backfield. What makes them special is that you can't take one receiver away, and you have the right quarterback who understands that his number one receiver is the guy that's open. And he knows how to find him. So,
yeah, we'll see if he can find him on Sunday.
There you go, man.
He's Andrew Hawkins. Check him out. NFL Network, on
everywhere,
Twitter,
man.
@Hawk, everywhere. Check him out everywhere.
If you have a job, call me. I'll probably take it.
Appreciate the time.
Absolutely.